East basketball is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jeep, there's only one. You're looking at Center City, Philadelphia, and the Ben Franklin Bridge, and about 20 miles away lies the Finner and Pavilion on the campus of Villanova University. And we're ready for Big East basketball on Fox as the Providence Friars coming to town to take on the third-ranked Wildcats of Villanova. Hi, everybody. I'm Gus Johnson along with my partner, the All-American Jimmy Jackson. And welcome to... Where are we, buddy?
L.A., man.
We're in Los Angeles. I'm sorry. 3,000 miles away, folks. But we're there in spirit as we get ready to watch Providence and Villanova. For Providence, they're coming off a big victory at Creighton on Tuesday. Meanwhile, Villanova, they were off for about a month because of COVID-related issues, came back, defeated Seton Hall in a thriller on Tuesday. This should be a good one.
It should be a good one. Not Providence, fourth straight road game. Leg weary, we're going to see. They defended the three well against Marquette, and also Creighton looked for that, but also look for Providence to pound the ball inside to an unstoppable force in Nate Watson.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups. Providence and Villanova, you know about Watson, you know about David Duke. Who else jumps out for the Friars?
Come on, Gus. Let's give a little love to the freshman, Alvin Breed, who's coming off career highs in points 15, rebounds 6, and 3 assists, can put the ball on the deck and attack. And then, of course, for Villanova, it's all about Colin Gillespie. He is the spark plug of this team. It begins and ends with Gillespie.
All right, this series dates back to 1936. Villanova leads at 67-40, but both games last year decided by 4 points, including the Friars' 58-54 win in February in Philadelphia. So here's Duke, who has struggled at times in 5 games against Villanova, shooting 29%, 12 of 41 in those 5 games. And the Friars throw it out of bounds. Jimmy Nichols unable to find his man, so Justin Moore will serve as the inbounder.
You know, to back up to that David Duke, keep in mind Sadiq Bey was at Villanova, long, rangy defender who can defend inside and out. So part of that was schematic, but also Villanova had the right personnel to kind of stymie what David Duke can do well.
David Duke. And the Friars bring it the other way. Remember, Sadiq Bey drafted 19th overall. He's with the Detroit Pistons now after leaving Villanova after his sophomore year.
And early on with Providence, the thing you have to do against this Villanova defense, you have to be sure with your passing, because if you float passes around, already one turnover for Providence there. Jeremiah Robinson-Earl was able to deflect the ball a little bit away from the attempt inside to Nate Watson.
Long jump shot off the mark, back it out, and Providence will get another opportunity. David Duke with the ball. Inside they look, and it's taken away by the Wildcats. Robinson-Earl, freshman of the year in the Big East. Baseline J. That one off the heel. Watson, free throw line, jump shot, and it goes down. He's added that to his game.
You know, it's always been there, but now he's more consistent, more confident in taking a shot. But how about the freshman again attacking the cup? Defense came. Allen Breed able to make the correct pass to Nate Watson for the easy 2.
Watson coming off a 29-point effort on Wednesday against Creighton. Robinson-Earl facing mid-range jump shot off the back rim. Loose ball, and the rebound goes to Duke. Duke taking his time. Very versatile. Here's a 3 for the freshman, and that's off the back rim for Breed.
No easy looks early on for the Friars. The Nova defense is locked and loaded early.
Moore straight away. Justin Moore coming off a 10-point effort on Tuesday against Seton Hall on 4 of 10 shooting. He played 35 minutes, had 7 assists as well. His assists are starting to go up.
They are. Talking to Cooley, he was one of the players that he identified as you have to have 4 eyes on, as he can do a little bit of everything, in particular from the perimeter.
Reed, the runner straight away, and the bank is open.
And I'd love to see when freshmen finally find the confidence. You know, in the games before the Creighton game, 4 games before in the Big East, he only had a total of 7 points. Okay, now he has a different bounce, a different bop to his step. I know that makes Ed Cooley
a happy man.
You better believe it.
Here's Robinson Earl again. Gillespie, pump fake. Moore slides down the lane, leans in off the glass, and he travels. It's not too late to enter the Fox Super 6 College Hoops Contest for a chance to win a $1,000 prize. Download the free app and answer 6 questions about the Providence versus Villanova game for your chance to win. Reed, pick and roll. He's out of the IMG Academy, the freshman. Watson, he's a box-to-box player, they call him. Baseline turn, no. Nice rebound on the offensive end. Can't get the second one to fall down. Robinson Earl will snatch it down. Here comes Gillespie now, galloping into the front court. Straightaway Jay. Short. A.J. Reeves, according to Coach Cooley, they need number 11, A.J. Reeves, the junior, to have a big game.
What they do, and he can stroke the basketball, but unfortunately for him, his shooting percentage from his freshman, sophomore, junior year even now has decreased. Again, Gus, a lot of that is more mental than technique.
Samuels coming off a 20-point effort against Seton Hall. Across the lane, uses the chicken wing to create some space. It looks like he'll go to the line. Timeout on the floor. 4-3, PC Nova. Fast College Hoops is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. From the Finner and Pavilion on the campus of Villanova, it's Providence and the Wildcats. David Duke, Colin Gillespie, 2 of the better point guards in all of America.
Well, I mean, they attack you in different ways. Duke, tall, athletic, can get to the basket, shoot from outside, tough guard for any matchup. And then you have the cerebral, yet qualified Colin Gillespie, who kind of just runs the ship, steadies everything out. You're talking about a coach on and off the court right there. That young man understands how to lead a team.
Qualify.
Come on, man.
Where you been?
It's that Ohio State education, just slowly jumping out. So, to our fans at home, I have a mask that happens to represent my alma mater, and every time I wear it, this gentleman next to me somehow gets irritated. And I don't know why, because he went to Howard. So I don't understand what the problem is.
And so did the Vice President of the United States of America, by the way.
See how I set you up with that?
Okay. Thank you. Nova, 15 of 20 at the line versus Seton Hall in their last game. And here's Jermaine Samuels in his senior year now. It seems like just yesterday, Jimmy, this young man came in as a freshman. On Tuesday against the Pirates, he had 20 points on 7 of 11 shooting, 9 rebounds, a couple of steals in 31 minutes.
And that was coming off the bench. Coach Wright thought that it'd be better, because Samuels had missed some time, of course, with the rest of the team, that he come off the bench, and he did not disappoint. But back in the lineup this afternoon.
Reed, interesting matchup, pick and roll. Caleb Daniels guarding him. Now Moore guarding Duke. That one deflected, nicely done. Samuels tries to bang it off of Fryer. Nichols. And a whistle.
They're going to be set. Going to look at the shot clock. I mean, the shot clock to see, because it was a deflection, if you had possession, to reset it. But again, it's the activity of the Villanova defense, another deflection that kind of takes the Friars out of their offensive rhythm.
Reed, the inbounder, Duke. Reed looking, Watson looking to get to his sweet spot across the lane, and a whistle, offensive foul. Nicely done. As Robinson Earl slides in and takes the charge.
But it's not only that, too, Gus, because it was excellent anticipation knowing that Nate Watson wanted to get to his left shoulder. But the defense is condensed enough where you're not really double teaming, but you're taking away those open gaps that Watson would sometimes be able to navigate through.
Gillespie. Got that ball on the string at all times, Colin Gillespie. Daniels curls down the lane, mid-range jump shot. Fouled on the wrist. Looks like Duke may have gotten him.
I know Coach Wright is glad to see Caleb Daniels back in the lineup. He was out because he was dealing with a calf injury, in addition to the COVID troubles, but savvy guard, veteran.
Daniels transfer from Tulane, where he averaged 17 points during the 2018-19 season. Sat out last year. Went to legendary St. Aug's in New Orleans. Second free throw goes out. I want to say, did Kerry Kittles go to St. Aug's?
Good question.
I think he did. Look that up.
That's a great name to pull back because I played with Kerry. We called him Skittles.
Oh, yeah?
At New Jersey, his rookie year. Unbelievable talent, but even a better human being.
Duke in and out dribble, tries to get down the lane, cut off by Moore. They feed Watson. Duke, mid-range, short. Rebound, kicked out by Samuels. Gillespie, full stride into the front court. That one deflected, taken away. Breed, outlet pass, Duke to the bucket, up and in.
Excellent play that time in transition, but how about the transition defense for Providence to get back, get their hands up and active, and now with the live ball turnover, Gus, you're able to advance the ball up the court, get an easy two at the opposite end.
Providence defeating Creighton 74-70 in Omaha on Wednesday. Friars led at one time 23-6. More beautiful footwork in the pivot, and he lays it in.
The lack of having a post-up player outside of Robinson Earl for Villanova, they substitute that with their guards and forwards and allow them to kind of do their work in the post. Excellent footwork, like you talked about right there by Moore.
Nichols, he's left-handed, gets to his strong hand, deflected, picked up. Here comes Colin Gillespie. The kick, Samuels, and he's bumped and fouled. Jimmy Nichols Jr. The junior from Conway, South Carolina, called for the foul. Looks like it'll be on the floor, sideline out of bounds for Nova.
Because you know what surprised me in Seton Hall, in the Seton Hall game for Villanova, you come back after all the time, only 9 turnovers, didn't commit a lot of fouls. I mean, you're talking about a commitment to staying the course and doing what you do well, even after that time off. You know conditioning was a factor.
Swider, who hit the game-winning free throws with the ball. Robinson Earl, the kick to Swider, looking for that shot. Cut off. Nice defending by Providence, and a hook on the baseline by Robinson Earl and the Friars. Ed Cooley told us yesterday during our Zoom meeting that there was going to be broken glass everywhere, furniture on the floor,
that's right.
Everything. It needed to be a nasty, ugly game for Providence.
Well, but that's the kind of defensive effort that coaches always talk about. It's the multiple efforts. It's one stop. It's the next stop. It's the next. That tends to frustrate your opponent at times when you're able to have multiple defensive stops.
8-6 Villanova. Nine on the shot clock, 15-footer. Duke still struggling at the beginning of this game and against this Wildcat team from the field. Robinson Earl, good look. Neither team shooting it well to start. Providence 3 of 11. Nova 2 for 7. Greg Gann is checked in. Inside, Watson, an air ball. The thing about it, Nate Watson weighs 260, Robinson Earl at 230, but they know how to position themselves defensively against the big guy.
Well, they do, but sometimes Nate Watson has a tendency to be off balance, so he was leaning on that shot right there, and as a result, you're going to end up leaving a lot of those shots short.
All right, a timeout on the floor. 8-6, Villanova on top of Providence. The Big East Conference, Villanova, as usual, top of the table.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see how the makeup situation with games lost on the back end is going to affect some of these resumes and schedules, because you don't want to jam so many games in where these young men are playing every other day, but yet still you have to get the exact number of games in order to qualify for the tournament, and you want to be ready for the Big East tournament as well. So this is going to fluctuate some more, but you see a lot of parity right here in the top. You know, Creighton is right there playing well, and Villanova.
Jay Wright, 7 Big East regular season titles, including 6 crowns in the last 7 years. 2016, 2018 national championship. And you know, nowadays, because of COVID, he's unable to wear all those GQJ suits, so he's in sweats all the time. So I don't know. We got to come up with a new nickname for him.
Hey, listen, you told him yesterday in our Zoom call, it's hard to call him GQJ if he's in the sweatsuit. But I don't know. He still makes his sweatsuit look kind of crispy, though.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So good to be back watching Villanova basketball, watching Big East basketball. Providence always giving Villanova a hard time at Cooley's teams. As Coach Wright said, runs some really great stuff. Here's Duke, posted and toasted now, and a whistle. He traveled.
Yeah, but it's tough against this Villanova team to kind of handle the basketball without movement side to side and then go into a straight post-up. Their positioning defense in regards to help is always there, so the one-on-one opportunities don't come as freely versus other teams.
11-14 to go first half. Moore spinning and throws it out of bounds. Brandon Slater, the intended recipient of that pass. And one thing about Villanova, they do not turn the ball over frequently. Villanova leads the nation in fewest turnovers. Cats have just committed fewer than 10 turnovers in 8 of 10 games this year. Meanwhile, inside, that one knocked away and stripped away by the Wildcats.
But this is the kind of game that Ed Cooley wants to have. It's just to grind it out. Nothing comes easy. Physical.
Daniels, that one rims off. Neither team shooting well. Now Duke on the crossover to the hole. Strong counted in the foul. David Duke.
Well, that's the dynamic aspect of this young man's game. I mean, the ability for him at 6'5" to get down the floor. And this is in secondary transition before the defense gets set. Duke able to exploit his opportunities to use that athleticism to get to the cup.
Duke with 12 points against Creighton on Wednesday. He was 2 of 11 from the field. Played 36 minutes, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Duke adds a free throw, completing the three-point play. He's been in double figures in 16 straight games. The last time he was not in double figures, David Duke, 3 points against Villanova, February 29.
And he had a big-time three-point shot. At that point, he was 1 for 10 from the field. But at about 29 seconds left in the game to kind of help seal the deal for the Friars.
Samuel shows it, drives. Nice bounce pass on the baseline. And that one will count. Ed Dixon, nice hands. Redshirt freshman from Pennsylvania, Willow Grove. And he'll go to the line and shoot a free throw.
Well, fundamental basketball. Pump fake, 1 dribble, 2 dribbles, and then where's the pass, Gus? It's on the deck, on the ground. Now Dixon is able to grab it in rhythm and now go up to the rim and absorb the foul.
Dixon scoreless against Seton Hall on Tuesday in 2 minutes of action. Looks like a lane violation coming up, and that will go against Greg Gant. So Dixon will get another shot. Ed Cooley not happy with that. Eric Dixon, he hasn't been 100%. He's had an Achilles injury. Did have a 14-point game against Hartford when the Wildcats were in the bubble.
Another big body that Jay Wright can throw inside in particular. Helps him rebound.
Offensive foul. Daniels taking his space. Did you play with Greg Anthony?
Yeah, I did.
The father of Cole Anthony,
yeah,
the NBA player?
Yep, important.
Greg Anthony used to always say he was always known as a tremendous defender. His key, he said, was I had to take away your space, and that threw your timing.
It did. It's different ways to take away your space. If you're a post-up player, you don't allow a player to get into their spot on the perimeter. In particular, you want to take away their ability to move freely. So if you're going to make a jump shot or something over top of me, you're going to feel my presence on you. And that's what the great defensive players know how to do. And more importantly, they play defense without foul.
So a flagrant foul possibly coming up. Take another look.
Was it on the... Oh, right here. And again, unintentional, but anything above the shoulders, up around the head area. The swing through back in the day used to be taught to get a defender off of you. But
that's how you would take away that.
You better believe it. Back in the day, because you could do it. You were taught that. You were taught that if a defender back then was in your space, swing across. And if he gets hit, he gets hit. Today,
that's a foul.
Yeah. You know, flagrant, too. You know, and I get it because of the concussion protocols and everything like that. So it's a foul, you know, that sometimes a player is not doing intentionally, but at the same time, it's the rule.
So they're going to call it a common foul, no flagrant. So Caleb Daniels may think about getting that close to Greg Gant in the future. Villanova basketball. Gillespie, scoreless. He's attempted only one shot in 9 minutes. He averages 16. Inside, Samuels, no. We'll stay here.
Well, and again, Samuels right there isolated in the middle of the lane. Just, again, fundamental pump fake, 2 dribbles. He gets downhill, able to get to the basket. Nothing fancy, but the fundamentals allow this Villanova team to be effective in their half-court sets.
Under 10 to go, 11-9. Nova. Now Gillespie swings it. Samuel sets. Ball batted around, and finally, Allen Breed, the freshman, with the rebound. Baseline Nichols. Got it. Nicely done. Would that be called the secondary break there?
Yeah, secondary. And again, the beauty of it was a couple dribbles up, Breed, you swing it, Daniels, boom, Nichols in the corner. Now, the Villanova defense is not matched up. So opportunistic in their secondary offense is what you want to look at if you're the Friars.
Gillespie passes up the 16-footer. Moore does not. In and out. Tight rims here in Villanova. Breed with the rebound, the freshman. He can do a little bit of everything. Had 6 rebounds against Creighton on Wednesday to go along with the career-high 15 points for Allen Breed. 15-foot jump shot. That one way off the mark for Greg Gant.
Early in this game, this Villanova team, now a lot of his Providence and their physicality, they don't have the same pop that they had against Seton Hall. But again, second game coming back from COVID, your body's a little bit sore from not playing. So it's a different feel right now for this Nova team offensively, who's struggling right now to kind of find their way.
And Providence turns it over again. Remember, the last time these teams played, the score was 58-54. The game before that, the score was 64-60. So this is what these teams do. They grind it out. Each team winning by 4 on the road. Daniels. And he's called for the offensive foul.
You're seeing some excellent anticipation by both teams. And here, Providence once again, the closeout, and then the anticipation here that he's going to go middle. David Duke able to slide and move his feet and force a turnover.
Jay Wright not happy with the call. We're level at 11, 8:30 to go first half. Nichols, remember he's left-handed, gets it. Jimmy Nichols Jr. Take that.
Wow. I mean, but he allowed that multiple movement. It opened up the driving lane, and that time Villanova on the back line wasn't set. Nichols made him pay.
Robinson Earl stripped on the way up, and it's out of bounds. But check out Jimmy Nichols Jr.
The lefty identifying where the space is at. Swider, unfortunately, on someone's poster. Providence up 2.
Fox College Hoops is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. 13-11, Providence leading on the road. The PC defense held their last 2 opponents, Marquette and Creighton, to 29% and 17% shooting from behind the arc. Today, Nova starts 1 for 8, and Providence taking it to them.
Well, when the ball doesn't go through the basket for your opponent, now you're able to get it off the board, get it up quickly. We talked about the secondary break transition, and here Nichols able to exploit that now in half-court set. The defense on the backside not there. No one communicated. Took full advantage with the easy 2.
Jimmy Nichols Jr. from Conway, South Carolina, had 10 points against Creighton on Wednesday. He's had back-to-back double-figure games for the first time in his career. Had 11 against Marquette. Easy Eddie. 51 pounds lighter. Right. He's half the man he used to.
And still crazy as funny as ever.
Yes, he
didn't lose that.
Gillespie wants to get on track offensively. Reed really hustling a pull-up jump shot from the top of the key, no good. Remember, Allen Breed, even though he's a freshman, he's 6'3". He's got some length on him.
He does. He has size, and again, the surmountable job to kind of slow down Gillespie, but he's up for the challenge.
Jimmy Nichols starting to feel it. Picks his dribble up in no man's land. 9 to shoot. Top of the arc. And that one goes down. What a really tough shot for David Duke.
And Gus, that's the shot you want your opponent to take. A tough, contested shot. But when you're a good player like David Duke, witnessed by that bank shot he made against Creighton, you make those kind of tough shots.
14-foot jump shot, Justin Moore. No, Samuels with the rebound. Gillespie takes a step in. Short again. Colin Gillespie struggling offensively. Reed, diagonal pass. He finds Nichols in transition for 3. It goes down.
And how about the advanced pass up? Really didn't have offensive rebounding for the Friars, but Nichols feeling kind of saucy right now.
Yes, he is.
You know, he wanted to get that jump shot off.
10-0 run for Providence. Nichols with 7 of the 10. 19-11. Moore, pump fake off the glass, around the rim, no good. Reed with a rebound. He'll rake it and take it into the front court. Hard left-hand dribble down the lane, takes the bump, and an offensive foul.
Just a little too deep that time by Breed. Excellent defense on the opposite end. No one came up to stop ball until late. And once again, it's Gillespie kind of anticipating the drive. Another young freshman.
On the other end, though, Nova with some problems. 8 misses in a row for the Wildcats, ranked 3rd in the nation.
Well, they changed it to a block.
To a blocking foul,
yeah.
So Breed will go to the line.
Here you go.
Allen Breed. Shooting free throws from Powder Springs, Georgia. McKecker High School.
A good chance to see. I wonder if Gillespie was in the restricted area. Maybe his heels were on the line or inside of it.
Allen Breed. Career highs across the board. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in 34 minutes against Creighton on Wednesday. 20-11. Baseline. And finally, one goes down for the Wildcats. Robinson Earl Makes it a 20-13 game.
Yeah, one of the few miscommunication plays on defense by the Friars early. No one communicated on the switch. Earl able to make them pay for it.
Duke and Watson, their two best players, pick and roll. And Duke throws it out of bounds.
The tendency sometimes with this Friars team in particular is to turn the ball over in situations. Against Villanova, those empty possessions do come back to haunt you. So decision making is going to be a premium here for the Friars.
7 turnovers for Providence and a turnover for Villanova. Robinson Earl shuffled his feet. Breed. Guarded by Daniels. Wants to take him off the dribble. Gets to the hole. Kicks it. Duke. Duke off the bounce. Loose ball. Rebounded Gillespie. Gang rebounding by Nova. Samuels weaving on the baseline. Gathers himself. Uses his body. Gets his own board. Moore. Catch and shoot. No. He gets an offensive rebound. The kick. Gillespie. Bring it up. The G-man finally on the board. Colin Gillespie. Under 5 to go. 20-16. Nova 9-1. Their only loss in overtime to Virginia Tech when they were in the bubble. They were exhausted, according to Coach Wright.
Yeah, he said it sounded like a good idea to play a lot of those games early, but the result was his guys were a little tired in that kind of environment.
Skip pass in the corner. Nichols, who's been hot. Friars. Slippery fingers. Moore. Ooh, nice crossover. Bring it to the bucket and in.
Yeah, you know what? After the game, he said, "Listen, I'm not afraid of the big moment. Okay, poised under pressure. That time, knew he had one-on-one with Colin Gillespie, able to inside-out crossover, use his size to finish up over the top."
Robinson Earl no good, and the rebound to Breed. Look at all the things he's doing, and he's fouled. Well, that was a killer. See, if you would have had this in college, Jimmy.
What?
Oh, never mind.
You tell me what I didn't have. I still was pretty good, but this one right here by the young fella, just improving all the way. Providence up 6.
All right, Burkle, thank you very much. 22-16, PC on top of Villanova. As you take a look at the turnovers for Villanova, they average only 8. They've got 7 in the first half.
Yeah, but credit, I mean, just Providence, just the physical defense. They're long, in particular on the perimeter, deflecting shots, forcing Villanova to be uncomfortable when they try to attack off the dribble. But that's what Ed Cooley wanted. He wanted this game to be uncomfortable, to be played in the trenches, not allowing Villanova to get easy looks. And you mentioned this, guys. Marquette 29%, Creighton 17% from behind the three-point line in the last 2 games.
But you know Ed Cooley's team is going to defend. Check this stat out. Nova, their worst shooting in the last 2 years. 2 seasons ago versus Michigan, they shot 32%. Last year versus Ohio State, 31%. Today, 22% shooting in the first half. Up top. No good, and Daniels with a rebound. See if Villanova can start getting the ball to go through the hole. Daniels, hesitation, drives, leans, lefty, no. Batted around, picked up, and it will go to the Friars. Orkland with the rebound. Off the bench. Inside, Duke, way short. And a foul coming up. A.J. Reeves digging that ball out.
Defensive pressure just makes Providence leans on you guys. That time down the court, arms straight in the air, but the physical contact to get there, sometimes you come up short. And then on the offensive end, A.J. Reeves able to carve out space inside to grab an offensive rebound and get himself to the free throw line.
First free throw good. Reeves with 2 points against Creighton Wednesday. From Roxbury, Mass. Last time he scored just 2 points. He rebounded with a 22-point game versus DePaul. Grinded out game, 24-16, Providence. Now Gillespie. Samuel. Dixon fading, in and out, loose, and a whistle foul on the floor coming up. Robinson, Earl, and Reeves tied up.
Well, because you had some good ball movement. That time, Robinson, Earl able to squeeze his way in between Reeves and Horkler.
Jeremiah Robinson Earl will go to the line. A man from Kansas City, Kansas, out of the IMG Academy. Had a chance to go to play for Bill Self at Kansas, but wanted a different kind of experience, so he traveled all the way to Philadelphia to play for Villanova and Jay Wright.
Wasn't too bad of a decision, I can tell you that.
Smart. The reigning freshman of the year last year in the conference. 24-17. Reed. Horkler looking inside. He's got Duke. Nice pivot, short. Horkler. And he steps on the baseline out of bounds.
Got the shot you wanted inside, just not able to finish.
2:38 to go first half. 24-17. Providence 8-6. Villanova 9-1. Gillespie. Baseline feed blocked by Gant. What a foul.
Well, that time, Gillespie dancing with the ball attracted so many eyes by the Friars on defense that Gant lost Brandon Slater on the backdoor cut.
So Tuesday against Seton Hall, Slater with 7 points. He had 3 steals in that game.
And he was a starter in that game along with Cole Swider, kind of Caleb Daniels and Jermaine Samuels at that time came off the bench.
Gant. Here's the weave up top. Nice feed. And Watson called for the offensive foul. Out of control. Off balance.
But you know what, too? The scouting report identifies that play. So Colin Gillespie on the baseline knew the play was coming. You can't see it from this angle, but because he was already in the middle of the lane, Gus, 1-2 steps over, put himself in a position to absorb and take that charge. And that's a lot of guts right there. You got Nate Watson at 6'10", 260 coming downhill, and you're Colin at 190.
Approaching the 2-minute mark of the first half. Gillespie. 14-footer, no. Breed with another rebound. This kid has been wonderful in the first half. Ed Cooley has found himself a real player. Remember, Breed is in because Jared Bynum has been out with a groin injury for the past 4 games. Backdoor, Horkler knocked out of his hands and out of bounds by Gillespie.
And, you know, shout out to the young man because it's all about, you know, stay ready. So, you know, be ready, so stay ready so you have to get ready. This young man maybe not playing well early, Bynum in the lineup, but he continued to play and practice hard. Now he got his opportunity and is taking full advantage of it.
Inside and a travel. And this one will go against Ed Crosswell. Ed Cooley can't believe it.
First one for the
24-17. Nova has not shot the ball well in this game. Their lowest scoring first half, 29 points versus Virginia Tech in the game they lost.
And Gillespie that time inside, posting up on Breed. Again, that's one of the foundations of this Villanova offense, to be able to bury guards deep in the post to get a play.
Duke to the hole, blocked by Robinson Earl, saved by Samuels. What a great sequence defensively for Villanova. Gillespie, can he pay it off to the hole? Finger roll, no. Gant rips it down. 40 seconds to play. Providence will take their time now as Breed backs it out. Now attacks. To the hole, no, loose. Bodies on the floor, no travel on Samuel. Ahead of the field, more, and he'll get it easy.
Yeah, that time kind of everybody stopped anticipating that the officials were going to make a call, but they didn't. Villanova able to take advantage of it to cut into the Friars' lead.
Close game here in the first half, 24-21. As you take a look at what Providence has done over the last two games in terms of their three-point defense. They held Marquette to 29% shooting, Creighton to 17% shooting, and in the first half, Villanova 2 of 11 from the three-point line.
Man, this is a Villanova team that shoots about 38%, but again, being in the right place position-wise takes away those easy looks that Villanova, Marquette, Creighton are accustomed to getting. So, again, excellent job and attention to detail by the Friars by staying true to their scouting report.
15 seconds to go. Providence playing for one shot. Breed in the corner, step back, that one deflected, and fouled. Wow. Breed fouled. Slater got him on the wrist. And Jay Wright can't believe it.
Right, but how many times when you see it, when you lunge at a shooter, instead of straight up and down, your momentum carries you forward and you draw some contact. And I think Slater that time was kind of playing Breed to try to take him off the dribble, and got surprised a little bit when he pulled up and tried to react. Unfortunately, committed the foul.
Now, millions of kids nationwide are without their normal access to sports and play due to COVID-19. That's why Fox Sports and Good Sports are restoring play for kids and the programs that serve them through donations of brand new sports equipment. Text play to the number on your screen to help kids in the game. Right now, Ed Cooley's kids have been playing some really good basketball, especially his freshmen. Breed from Crowder Springs, Georgia. I like the art. I like his art. He's got a nice sleeve on the right side.
He
I like
got it over there. Hey, listen, this is a game for if you love defense. Okay, if you're a purist on the offensive end, you're kind of having a hard time right now. But defensively, and this young man, I mean, not hurting his team is the thing you do when you're a freshman. I mean, you got a gem right here. That Cooley does. See his shorts rolled up too?
Yeah, it's kind of an old school throwback.
You know, look at it. He got them rolled
got
up.
The short shorts.
Therese Halliburton that played at Iowa State did the same thing. I don't care what length the shorts were, he would roll them up. He double tucks them. He rolls down at the waist, but then he tucks them under.
Did you wear the baggy shorts like the Fab Five did when you played against them?
Why that be the Fab Five? They were there before the Fab Five.
We revolutionized that look.
No, they did.
Well, Michael George did the Fab Five.
Illinois before there.
Okay.
See, there you go with that again.
Look at that. Marcus Liberty would have never worn those. Kenny Battle would have never worn those. 27-21, 4 seconds to go. Midcourt line, Gillespie gets it off. Oh, he buried it. What a play. Nicely done. Reminds you of Archie Diacono, the big smooth here.
And sometimes momentum going in the half to see the ball go through the nets for a player like Colin Gillespie and the spirit of this Villanova team is all you need to kind of make a transformation in the second half to come out.
So halftime. Our score, 27-24 Providence. After this break, we'll join Kevin Burkhardt, Steve Lavin, and Casey Jacobson in our Los Angeles studio for the Jeep Halftime Report. And welcome back as we take a look at our first half stats sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Well, Gus, we talked about the shooting. This is the kind of game, again, Providence wants to have. You know, Villanova not comfortable in their offense. Shooting percentage 27-25. But at the end of the half, Colin Gillespie with the big three-point shot. We know how momentum can kind of carry over to the second half. So let's keep our eye on the Villanova offense and see if it improves.
This is only the second time Nova has trailed at halftime this year. They trailed by 13 against Georgetown before storming back to win by 13. As for Providence, don't look now, folks, but PC is 7-0 when leading at the half this year, including 2-0 on the road.
Man, and Providence has won 6 out of the last 7 times against a ranked opponent. Now, again, this is, you know, they're on the road, but at the same time, you don't have the same kind of energy in the building, so I think it bodes well for the Friars.
So we start the second half from the Finn. Villanova this year, or in this game rather, wearing their 1970-71 NCAA Finals uniform.
Did you call that game? And were you on the call that for that game?
All right, okay.
I mean, what?
All right,
it's a logical question, man. You know,
I was born in '67, Jimmy.
Were you? You sure?
Yes, 53 years old. They lost that game to UCLA. Nice.
Remember that when you asked me about if I had something in my game? Remember that? Remember that comment?
Oh,
remember
yeah.
that? Like if you had.
There was no crossover.
See, well.
Right now, play not starting on time. I'm not sure.
But that light right there. I think somebody on the Villanova campus talked to somebody and opened up a light at the top. Opened up a window. Oh,
light
to affect the Providence bench right here.
So that's what they're trying to fix right now. Some additional light in the building. Reminds you of, I'm sure you played, remember in Phoenix? They used to have the window in the NBA.
Oh, yeah. That was the old school. That was the old.
Phoenix. I forget the name of that building.
I played in it my rookie year, or my second year maybe, before the current arena. I mean, yeah. You know what was good? I got a chance to play in all of the old arenas. Chicago Stadium, Hemisphere Arena in San Antonio, Boston Garden, Silverdome, Market Square, Indiana.
Market Square was fun.
Oh, yeah. The interesting one, Boston Garden, bro, it was, you didn't know whether it was going to be hot or cold. The shower was going to work. You had some friends who would visit the locker room, and I'm talking about little friends.
Oh, four-legged friends.
Yeah, And the parquet floor was, you know, put in pieces. So you could see the screws, and you would have to go out before the game and find the dead spots. Wow. In the floor. So those old arenas, man, had a different Landover, Maryland, Richland Coliseum in Cleveland. I mean, it was the stuff you see now, the luxuries. No, bro, you just had a locker room and a shower.
Was the locker room at Boston Garden pink?
No. So that was at Iowa.
Oh, that's right. That's
Iowa
for football.
Yeah. Iowa used to do that. But the Boston Garden locker room was, bro, it was so small. And sometimes, depending on what they wanted to do, it could be hot
or cold.
Or cold.
Home court advantage. Ed Cooley, Jay Wright, very good friends. Ed Cooley, 51 years old. Jay Wright, 59 years old. Two men have a lot of mutual admiration for each other. So good to talk to him the last couple of days.
Yeah. You know, the beauty about our job, Gus, is that we get a chance to know the coaches and players away from the game. You know, two of my favorite coaches in the Big East.
Big East, so far, according to the experts, you're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in the NCAA tournament. Providence first 4 out. According to Mike DeCourcy, Villanova, possibly a #1 seed.
Some real threats. Creighton. We talk about Marcus Zagorowski, Damian Jefferson, Denzel, Mahoney. 3 guys who can beat you off the dribble, put it on the deck and cause problems. Seton Hall with Mamu, Kevashvili, one of the top players in the country, can carry the load in a one-game scenario. Jared Roden playing a lot better basketball for Seton Hall.
And Cooley, 3rd most wins in Providence history, trailing only Joe Mulaney and Dave Gavin.
Some guys are just made for certain programs.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And Ed Cooley is the epitome of Providence basketball in his demeanor, his thinking.
All right, we'll step away. 27-24, ready for the second half to begin. All right, Burkle, thank you very much. You know, Villanova has been involved in unusual delays the last 2 years. Big East basketball is sponsored by Jeep Grand Cherokee. Jeep, there's only one. So unusual delays for Villanova the last couple of years. We see the sun poking through the window, which has now been taken care of. Remember last year they were at Butler, and there was a leak in the roof at Butler. I was doing that game with Raph, Jimmy, and that water almost hit Raph, and he melted. Right there, almost melted.
What about you? You walk through raindrops, don't you? Brown sugar don't melt.
That's right.
Brother.
Here we go. 27-24. We start the second half. Gus Johnson, Jim Jackson with you. Providence with the lead. Let's see what Villanova does. Samuels, first shot of the second half. No. Watson tracks it down.
Yeah, another good look that time coming out of halftime. Drawing up play. Samuels able to set his feet. Then the 3-ball, not the friend of Villanova.
Here's Watson. Great position on the box. And guess who hit him? Breed.
But the positioning early on by Watson to give himself enough space, Gus, on the baseline so the ball could be thrown over the top was excellent positioning. Then the pass one time and on target.
Watson with 4 points now. Remember, he had 29 against Creighton in his last game. More. And a whistle. That ball knocked out of bounds. Miscommunication by Nichols and Duke on the rebound.
Yeah, just some off-the-ball action on the weak side kind of occupies the back line of the defense, lift everybody above the free throw line. That gives Watson enough room, knowing they're going to front, to throw the ball over the top.
So Moore finds Daniels, top of the key, and he buries it. Caleb Daniels makes it a 29-27 game. As we start the second half, Breed, Duke, Watson, Nichols, and Reeves on the court. And this was going to will go against Providence.
What was the call? Yeah, so he did, but it was a late call because, yes, David Duke, he did travel when he got the ball. It was just a late call. I thought it was a foul on Robinson Earl by pushing Nate Watson in the back.
Daniels driving now, off the glass, in and out, loose ball, kept alive, and finally picked up by Jimmy Nichols. Duke on the wing, guarded by Samuels now. Bounce pass knocked away, picked up by Duke. He'll take a three. Short. Duke hasn't played with the kind of energy I expect him to play with today.
Yeah, maybe overthinking it a little bit just because he has struggled against this Nova team.
Gillespie with the rebound. Villanova with the two could level this game. Three take the lead. Here's Gillespie posting up on Duke. Samuels grinding his way down the lane. No. Gets his own rebound. Robinson Earl. Reed with the board. Nova hasn't led this game since the score was 11-9. Duke.
Horn set to try to get the post up again for Watson over the top. Just a bad pass. Good defense that time by Samuels.
Bounce pass in the front court, and Moore punching down.
Again, another deflection by Villanova. That time, Watson was open over the top, but because of the pressures by Jermaine Samuels, the play was not able to be completed.
29 apiece. Providence and Villanova. Last two games these two teams have played, decided by 4 points. Each team winning by 4 on the road as they split the series. Duke off the glass high, no. Robinson Earl with a rebound in the front court. Daniels. Saved from going out of bounds, right to Gillespie. They swing it. Daniels, 15-footer, pure. Providence asleep at the wheel to start this second half.
Well, you count that three before the half. That's a 10-2 run by Villanova. And again, you see the pace of play. They want to pick it up a little bit. They're advancing the basketball up the court, moving a lot quicker in their offensive sets to kind of get this game moving at a pace of their desire.
Reed, almost taken out of his hands, gets it back, and he's fouled. Looks like that'll be against Robinson Earl.
Reed jumps into Robinson Earl, but able to maintain his balance, get the ball back, and this time Earl on the block gets a little body contact. But for Providence, moving the ball side to side, getting the defensive shift. Look at that, 8 points for Reed. Now you're able to really establish Nate Watson inside where he can get one-on-one coverage, and the passes may come a little bit easier on that entry pass inside.
How about the numbers for this freshman? He is having a game. 9 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. Welcome to the starting lineup, son.
He might not get out of it, huh? You know what I mean?
It's going to be hard now.
No. And he's not turning the basketball over. Now, as a freshman, he's going to make some mistakes, and you kind of live with that. But for the most part, his effort is there, and you can tell he has a really good feel and understanding for the game.
Great size. Gillespie. Robinson Earl facing. That's his spot. Yep. And hits.
Smart play. That time he knew that Nate Watson was going to give him a little bit of space to play him off the dribble. And being able to get comfortable in that 8-foot area, 9-foot area to pull up. Smart play by Earl.
Villanova, 33-31 now. Duke. He answers.
Well, that one came off a ball movement. Yes, the ball went side to side, got back to Duke in the middle of the court. Now he had space, and he felt himself in rhythm, able to step up and knock in a jump shot.
Duke with 10. Long rebound on the miss, and it goes to Providence. Duke again. Reed, hesitation. Leaves it inside, and wow, they missed the chippy. Jimmy Nichols Jr. at point-blank range. And a whistle and foul. Villanova back in this game, 15 minutes to play. And they're doing it with their defense. resulting in fast break opportunities. 33 up, Nova, PC. Above and Beyond, brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above.
Well, you see the scoring. Big East leaders, Junior Champagny, and then back-to-back David Duke, Nick Watson, a great combination, and then Sandro Mamukelashvili does a little bit of everything, not just score, facilitator as well.
But Watson and Duke today a combined 14 points, courtesy of the Villanova defense. And Villanova, that's one thing about Jay Wright's team. Like Ed Cooley's team, regardless of what they're doing offensively, they're going to do their best to guard it.
Well, because they understand there's going to be some days that the ball is just not going to go in the basket. Defense will hold tight in regards to not allowing your opponent to get out of arm's reach, to keep the game in balance, so when shots start falling, now you're able to pull out a W.
Swider, the inbounder for Nova. Dixon in the game now. Baseline cutter is Samuels. Deep, Gillespie. Batted out. And recovered by Swider. Dixon got a hand on it. Back door inside. Samuels with the punch jam and the foul.
You know, what a smart play by Gillespie after Swider was able to save the ball from half court. He immediately attacked the basket, knowing that they had the advantage number-wise. And again, what Villanova does so well, when the defender turns his head, whether it's on the baseline or down the middle, they back cut you to death.
And he adds a free throw. 36-33, Villanova. Biggest lead of the game so far for the Wildcats. Reed. Watson calling for it on the box. Duke pops out, left wing. Rebounded. Big rebound this time. For A.J. Reeves. Duke again.
Tough shot.
Bad shot. Swider. Samuels. Gillespie with Daniels and Dixon. Swider. Big jumper there. Timeout, Providence. Cole Swider hit that one from about 25 feet. 39-33. Nova. 9-33. What has Jay Wright been doing in this second half to get his team not only back in the game, but out in front?
Well, the pace is a little bit different for this Nova team offensive. You go back to the three-point shot that was made before half by Colin Gillespie. You come out with a different attitude, a little bit more determined on the defensive end, and the ball movement, body movement is a lot crisper, but also now the pace on the offensive end is in favor for the Wildcats.
15-4 scoring run in the last 5 minutes.
When they're not turning the basketball over too, guys. I mean, you know, 7 turnovers in that first half take away possessions, you know, from the Wildcats.
Let's see how Ed Cooley's Friars respond. David Duke with the double-double, 10 points, 10 rebounds. 3rd of the year, 4th of his career with the double-double. But he hasn't been taking good shots. Here he is inside. Throws it out, and a nice jump shot goes down for A.J. Reeves.
But that was their power set offense. Really tight drills inside, because Duke is going to attract attention. The Villanova defense sunk in. That opened up that three-point shot for A.J. Reeves. Great call by Ed Cooley in the timeout.
Caleb Daniels grazing the front of the rim. Providence can get closer now. Duke. Nichols. And Jimmy Nichols Jr. continuing to play well. Providence on a quick 5-0 run after trailing by 6.
In both plays, Gus, the offense was within the free throw line extended. As you see, Duke comes up, sucks in the defense. A.J. Reeves maintains his spacing, able to square up and knock the three. In the next bucket, look, again, close quarters. Nate Watson sets the pick, dives down. Swider a little bit late on the show. Nichols able to make him pay.
And Nichols has been giving Swider fits. Remember, he dunked on him in the first half.
And look how long his arms are. So now they're able to contest a lot better, even if they're a half a second late on the closeout. Because they have long wingspans and they're tall on the wing, they're able still to contest to provide some kind of coverage on Nova's three-point shooting.
From Conway, South Carolina, Jimmy Nichols Jr. Averaging 6 points a game on the season. He has 9 today. 1 point lead for Villanova. Gillespie hit it out to the hole, off the glass, no, but a foul. He is tricky off the bounce.
Well, Gus, when people talk about having a tight handle, it's because the ball is very close to your body. It's not out. Watch Colin Gillespie here, between the legs, the inside-out crossover. That's with his left hand. Okay, so he covers a lot of space, but he doesn't need a lot of space in order for him to navigate through some tight quarters, especially when he drives the ball to the basket.
And Gillespie gets the first. Colin Gillespie, back-to-back 22-point games, 22 against Seton Hall, 22 against Marquette on December 23rd. Preseason all Big East first team. Many feel that he's got a chance to play at the next level. He's worked so hard. Second free throw good, 41-38. 13 minutes to play in regulation. Reed, guarded by Daniels. A.J. Reeves looking inside for Watson. They get it to the big man. Drop step, shuffled his feet, and turns it over. Robinson Earl is really guarded him well in this game.
Well, but again, it's sometimes the balance issue with Nate Watson. When he tries to go too fast, either he's leaning on a shot, or that time not being balanced and down and set when he tried to drop step, forced him to stumble and turn the ball over.
Samuel posting, spinning, pivot, lost it, gets it back, double team, goes the other way, the kick, Daniels, quick release, got it. Caleb Daniels gives Villanova a 44-38 lead, approaching the 12-minute mark of the second half. Weave up top, Duke, Gant lobs it, Watson taken away once again by Robinson Earl. Gillespie high stepping into the front court, kicks it baseline, Moore shows it, drives it up and in. That's Villanova basketball right there. Jay Wright's got his guys percolating now, 46-38.
Well, Gillespie again in half court. Justin Moore known that he can knock it down the three-point shot, pump fake, get to the basket. This Villanova offense a little bit more spirited in the second half, but it's being spurred, Gus, defensively once again to be able to get out in transition, exploit the opportunities within the Friars defense.
11:46 to play second half. Nova has stormed all the way back out in front now. 46-38. Nova, Providence. Ed Cooley has seen his team unravel here in the second half.
Well, yeah, and a lot of it's because they're taking tough shots. Now, when they've been able to run their sets, move the ball, Nichols has got an open jump shot. Watson has been inside, so let's see what play. If he goes to his power set offense, kind of pound the ball inside. This is no tough Nova defense.
Duke bringing it into the front court. Started by Moore. Duke with a double-double in this game. And he throws it away.
Well, and that time the ball was just in David Duke's hand. And he tried to get it down in the post. And again, the defense for Nova was set and ready to defend. Hence a turnover.
Now Gillespie the other way. Up. Oh, rims out. You see Nova playing with a certain kind of urgency. And I don't see Providence in the second half playing with that same kind of urgency. Reed. One and done.
But the tendency with Providence, if the ball gets stuck on one side of the court, thinking about getting stuck right there. David Duke is kind of stuck in the mud when Justin Moore coming downhill with the excellent footwork and spin move inside. You got to move the ball against this Villanova defense.
9-0 run for Villanova. Duke, one-on-one, offensive foul. So back-to-back turnovers for David Duke.
And you can't do it by yourself. As talented as a player as David Duke is, the one-on-one, I'm gonna post you up or go get my shot, is not going to work consistently against this Villanova defense. And that's what he has to understand. I think that's why he struggled so much shooting and scoring against this Villanova team in 5 games.
Now they're gonna go to the matchup zone, which has caused Villanova problems in the past. Providence, tall and long defensively. Down low. Ooh. Robinson Earl, easy one from J-Mo.
See the difference. That time, more able to navigate his way right into the middle of the lane, suck in the defense, and once again, the backdoor cut by Robinson Earl.
And another turnover. 3 turnovers. Back-to-back-to-back turnovers.
You know, even as a zone.
For David Duke.
Yeah, Gus, even with the zone, you can still attack it off the dribble. And that time, it was just too easy to get down the middle of the lane off the dribble.
50-38. I don't know, Coach Cooley, looking back on it, he probably wishes that light would have continued to shine on the court. Because their light has been turned off by Villanova in the second half. J-Mo again, and he traveled.
Still plenty of time in his, enough time in his game. Down 12 points, get a couple baskets, but the key is that you get multiple stops on the defensive end. See if you can get yourself to the free throw line if you're Providence.
Reed with 13 to shoot, wraps it around. Nice catch by Watson. He's double teamed, muscles it up and in.
But the ball shifting from left to right, open up that dive down the lane. And how about the hands by Nate Watson to kind of at 6'10", bend down, pick it up, and then still be able to finish at the rim.
9 minutes of play. 10-point lead for Villanova. Justin Moore to the basket and foul by Breed. Moore didn't like that foul, hard foul by Breed.
Well, good foul. The freshman, listen, you don't let, if you're beat, you know Justin Moore is going up, you don't let him go up and get an opportunity for a three-point play. But you notice, too, in the second half, too, there's a lot more off the dribble, 2 feet in the paint by the Wildcats.
Dixon coming in now. Gillespie will take a seat. And second free throw good. (52-40). Breed, dropped hard. Off the glass, too strong. Swider clears it. They'll bring it up the floor. Daniels. Now Daniels flips it up and a foul. Looks like that'll be on Breed.
You can tell it's a point of emphasis coming out of the timeout to be more aggressive for Villanova off the dribble. It's forcing the Friars defense to kind of be in retreat mode and also help mode.
A rare instant impact transfer. Caleb Daniels for Villanova. In the starting lineup, remember Eric Pascal, when he transferred from Fordham, he started coming off the bench.
Yep.
Pascal having a fine start to his NBA career.
I tell you what, it's all about who you get drafted to, coaching, the style of play. Carved out a nice little niche for himself at Golden State.
Just think about the players from Villanova over the last few years that have gone on to the NBA. Dante DiVincenzo, Ryan Arcidiacono, Josh Hart,
and you know who's
Pascal,
playing extremely good basketball. Had a great game last night. Mikal Bridges last night versus Denver Nuggets.
Jalen Brunson's up there.
Yeah. Kyle Lowry's still doing his thing. Toronto.
The king of North Philadelphia. Easy jam for Watson and a foul. Jared Bynum out. Groin injury. Providence trying to claw their way back into this game. It won't be easy. Down 54-42. Our game summary sponsored by Progressive. Get slam dunk savings today. Second half didn't start on time. It was delayed due to a sunlight glare. David Duke, double-double, fourth of his career. Gillespie, 10 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Villanova outscoring Providence 30-15 in the second half.
Yeah, I tell you what started on time was Villanova's offense, okay? But if you're Providence, you can't hurt yourself. 17 turnovers, okay? Villanova able to get 13 points off of those turnovers. You know, some of the mental errors on defense, allowing some backdoor cuts, dribble penetration. Those are the things that, you know, you look back at the game that deflate you and you say you got to clean this stuff up. You still got time to clean it up. A lot of time left in this game, but you got to value the basketball, guys.
Watson, remember that 29-point game in his last outing against Creighton, 8 today. This is a free throw. 54-42. Villanova in no rush. 12-point lead.
And this is where the pace of play at times with Providence, when you slow it down, does hurt you when you get down double digits. To score enough points to get yourself back into this game.
Gillespie to the basket, and the reverse layup goes down. So tricky. Colin Gillespie. 56-42. Horkler. Gillespie the other way. Samuels drives and a foul. Duke call for the foul.
I mean, guys, it's nothing fancy. The play by Gillespie, jump stop, let your defender fly by, then you score. I mean, this is just like, it never gets old. And then the dribble penetration again, the pump fake, poor closeout to pick up a foul. It's just fundamental basketball. Now you get yourself to the free throw line for the rest of the second half.
Samuels rebounded the ball well today. 8 rebounds. That's the first free throw to go. All of a sudden, Villanova, after trailing at halftime, up 57-42. Make it 58-42.
Villanova's smart enough, Gus, that they're going to make Providence pay for being late in their help by attacking them off the dribble and continue to pick up fouls to get themselves, because they're in the penalty, to the free throw line.
Reed up top, got it. Allen Reed continues to play well for this Providence team. He's a true freshman. Now they pick up full court pressure. Samuel splits. Gillespie sets. Robinson Earl got a hand on it, knocked out a play. Let's see. And it looks like it will be Villanova basketball.
Classic how to beat pressure is not with the dribble, it's with the pass, and Villanova able to do that. That possession.
Swider throws it in.
Oh, beautiful. Trickeration that time by Samuels, who started off facing the other basket, Gus. A pirouette inside to seal his man to get the ball inside.
Providence fraying at the seams in the second half. Ball deflected. Gillespie got a hand on it. Out of bounds.
Guys, take a look at the vet move by Samuels underneath. Look where he starts. He's talking to his guy. Boom, spins. But no one is on the ball. Vacant is anybody putting pressure on Swider. So if he is open, that it's negated because of the pressure on the ball.
$60-45. Duke turnaround jumper on the baseline, air ball. That just about says it all for Providence in this second half. David Duke has not played well in the second half, although he does have a double-double in the game. How's this experience been like for you, Jimmy? This is my first game this season. First time I've ever called a game in the studio.
Different?
It's different. Right?
It is. I mean, you don't get the sense and feel because you can't talk to the officials, to the players, to the coaches. You see things a little clearer when you're at the game.
Daniel driving, feeding, Dixon, and he's fouled.
Because it's amazing to see this Villanova team with as much time as they've had off to be able to still have the continuity on both offense and defense. Again, it wasn't pretty early with the shooting, but still be connected defensively. I think says a lot about where this program has always been in regards to how they play and how they prepare themselves mentally and physically to always be ready to play.
Dixon misses a pair. 5:30 to go. Second half. Villanova up big, 60-45 after trailing at halftime. But as you mentioned, that Colin Gillespie jump shot fed to him by Moore to end the first half. Looks like that was really a motivating factor for the Wildcats.
It was. I mean, you struggled in the first half to make shots, get open shots, but the defense held you tight. So now making that shot right before the half, you can say to yourself, we didn't play well, but we're only down 3 at home.
Full court pressure by Providence. Daniel finds Gillespie. Quickly get it over the line. Slater in the pivot. And a whistle. Foul on the floor coming up against BC.
You know, Gus, on that press, you know what's going to happen? Villanova does a great job of advancing the ball, getting it down deep into the post or down by the baseline, which is going to force the Providence defense to get below the free throw line. And the trailing guard is going to come up and have an open three-point shot at the top of the key or on the side.
Oh, one thing.
What's up?
I think I'm going to have to grow my hair out.
No, see, it's
the curly afro.
It's the difference.
What?
Thinking and it actually happening, you know.
I don't have as much in certain places anymore.
I think I want to be a billionaire, okay? But that actually happening is a different conversation, my man.
Get the beard and the curly
hold on, can you get a beard?
No.
So how you gonna grow afro?
Gotta make time. Here's Gillespie. Gillespie pushes off. Stop and start. 12 to shoot. Nice look inside. Moore unable to finish. Here comes Reed, head of steam into the front court off the glass end in.
Smooth.
And a timeout called by Coach Cooley. 62-47. Back after this. Thank you, Burko. Appreciate it. 62-47. How about Coach Cronin doing a nice job at UCLA in only his second year?
My man, Ohio guy.
Oh, gosh. Justin Moore's not from Ohio.
That's all right. But listen, he's here. We're not here in L.A., but at Villanova. And again, the progression from his freshman year to sophomore year, you see it. And the numbers speak for themselves. 15.6 of 13 shooting. But it's the 5 assists, Gus. And why I say that, that makes 30 assists over his last 5 games. Okay, the development, not just from a scoring perspective, rebounding, defense, making plays. You know, that's what we're accustomed to seeing in this Villanova program. And Justin Moore, the upside is tremendous for this young man.
Early as sophomore, 62-47. Villanova with the lead and the basketball. Here's Moore. That one deflected out of play. No. Moore just throws it out of bounds.
Just when we give him love. Just when we give him some love. But the pressure for the Friars that time paid dividends. Now let's see if they can take advantage of it on the offensive end.
Inside, Watson, good position, and he's fouled.
A little late that time by Jermaine Samuels. He wanted to rotate over. He had Greg Gant in corner, so couldn't get there in time. Again, everything with the movement is to get Nate Watson isolated inside, and love to throw the pass over the top. And again, late rotation by Samuels.
Watson, a 73% free throw shooter. And that one off the mark. Samuels with the rebound. Gillespie straddling that midcourt line. Here's a pick and roll. Robinson Earl popping out. 15-footer. Got it, of course. Textbook Nova. EQJ really got his boys focused during halftime, and they have played an excellent second half. And he kept telling us that, you know, we're not doing what we need to do. Yesterday in our conference call we had, he said we're off. So we had to practice hard all week, including yesterday. And he knew that his team could possibly have tired legs today, but he said we needed to practice.
But he said he gave Jermaine Samuels some time off. But he also said in practice, we couldn't really focus on the scouting reports like we normally would on Seton Hall and Providence, because we had a lot to clean up ourselves. But again, having that foundation allows you, and having some senior leadership allows you to be able to do that and still be able to come out and perform.
Robinson Earl, the Moore, Gillespie. Keeps his footing, poked out of his hands. So it's Colin Gillespie, Swider, Samuels, Moore, and Robinson Earl on the court for Villanova. Quick release, Moore. Batted away, picked up. Swider wide open. In and out. Under 3 to go. 3 to Watson. Nice move, sealed his man, and another offensive foul.
And that time, we're going to see, too, if the shoulder gets into the body of Robinson Earl on the, yeah, right there. And again, that's just defensively for Earl, who was beat early out of position, able to slide over, absorb the contact. I know Coach Cooley is not happy with the call.
Season high 19 turnovers for Providence in this game.
But how many of the kind of those were really mental turnovers, guys?
That's right. Gillespie on the baseline. How about Nova's ball movement today? 17 assists on 21 hoops.
Yep.
Samuels, nice move.
They just pick you apart, guys.
Yes, they do.
They figure out who to exploit or what side of the court to get to. And it's so methodical. You know, Coach Cooley talked about that and how you defend this right there. I mean, a simple offensive rebound, another possession.
Gillespie hits a three. Wow, Villanova putting it into overdrive now, 69-51, a minute and 50 seconds left. Reed. Inside, and that goes down for Gant. Gant.
Coach Cooley is on the court telling the guys to pick the ball up. The clock is running.
Swider. Swiped away. Out of bounds. Will stay right here with 1:19 left. So Villanova will improve their record to 10-1 on the season. Remain undefeated in the Big East, improving to 5-0. As for Providence, they'll fall to 8-7, 4-5 in conference play. And Gillespie will take his time. Samuels. Swider. Straight to the basket. Matador defense by Providence. 71-53. Villanova trailed this game at halftime. Reed. And he continues to stroke.
Maturation process of a young man, even in defeat. He can find some positives out of it, and that's the play of Allen Reed.
Gillespie. Been a great conductor today for this Villanova team. Fade away. 71-56. (71-56) will be the final score from Villanova as the Wildcats turned the light off for Providence to start the second half, and Jay Wright and his Wildcats remain undefeated in conference play.
Well, you know, from a Catholic school, there could have been a light of the man upstairs shining through saying the second half is your time, because obviously the light got turned on at halftime for this Villanova offense. And it's been awesome. Tough sledding for a Providence team who's been on the road, but up against a familiar foe, with the same outcome being in favor of Villanova.
For Jim Jackson, this is Gus Johnson saying so long. After the break, it's Joe Davis, Casey Jacobson with UCLA at Stanford.